Welcome to Real Talk with Joy. I am your host, Joy Mbong, and today's guest, we will be talking with the founder of Victory Covenant Ministry International here in the United States of America, who is Pastor Beatrice Ezonnaebi, as well as Pastor Dr. Mrs. Beatrice Ezonnaebi. Pastor Beatrice Ezonnaebi obtained his associate's degree in biomedical engineering. He also obtained his bachelor's degree from Beulah Heights University here in Atlanta, Georgia, in pastoral education. He is the founder and the lead pastor of Victory Covenant Ministries here in the United States of America. The co-founder is Pastor Dr. Mrs. Beatrice Ezonnaebi. She has a doctoral degree in pastoral counseling. She and her husband, they are the founders of this ministry, where the mission and vision of this ministry is promoting relationship values. She's a former treasurer of Nigerian Ministers Fellowship here in Georgia, a co-pioneer of the Total Women here in Georgia, and she is a trained chaplain. She obtained a Doctor of Ministry degree at Oral Roberts University in Tulsa, Oklahoma, USA, a Master of Theology from Columbia Theological Seminary, Decatur, Georgia. Also, she obtained her clinical pastoral education in Emory University Hospital, Midtown Atlanta. She's married to her beloved husband, Beatrice Ezonnaebi, for about 43 years now, and they both have 5 biological, 3 adopted children, as well as 14 grandchildren. Ruth Adewoye, Maxwell Ezonnaebi, Rachel Ezonnaebi, Priscilla Itwa, and Justice Ezonnaebi. Dr. Beatrice Ezonnaebi enjoys reading, dancing, and worshiping. Also, she enjoys spending time with her family, laughing, and watching news. Ladies and gentlemen, help me make welcome Pastor and Pastor Dr. Mrs. Beatrice Ezonnaebi. Thank you so very much for taking out time to be on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. So great to see you all.
We are grateful.
Awesome. So we're just going to take a deep dive into the show. So you're both founders of Victory Covenant Ministry, VCM.
That's right.
So tell me, Pastor Beatrice Ezonnaebi, how does your organization foster a sense of belonging and inclusiveness with the community?
Thank you for that question. And I would like to say that the concept of the ministry is about relationship. And it has been something that has really worked in my life for a long time. I've been a Christian for a long time, and I was wondering what God really wants me to do, and what can I be doing in the house of God or in the ministry or as a man of God, as a Christian. But when it came to this time of starting this church, it came to dawn on me that I should be working on this relationship ministry thing. So this ministry is basically about relationship, because personally I love people. And that's how the Lord led me into starting this ministry. Awesome. To talk about how we can improve people that are connected. Relationship works just the way both people or all the people that are connected in it, with the understanding of how to make it better. So it is that vein that we are really running on this ministry. And about the community, we are actually known everywhere we go. In fact, we were in a friend's house yesterday too, and they're familiar with us, and they're very nice friend to us, and they know about how we are being loved because of the way we interact. Our lifestyle, so to say, is actually showing that impact, that relationship is our core.
Absolutely, that's great. Yeah. And actually, I love the way that you model, both of you model that great, family, across to a lot of people. You extend that love and that grace to people, showing them what love is all about. Now, based on information we did gather, so in the year 2023, I believe you both received a letter of recognition and pin of honorary patriarch and matriarch, lifetime achievement awards from the White House Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. That is such a grand honor.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
What was your initial reaction when that came across to you?
I have to be sincere. Initially, when it came, I was like, why am I being honored? I felt that I should pray. And I went to God in prayer, and I consulted with a couple of people. As I keep on discussing it, somebody said, what is wrong in receiving honor? It's honor. So receive it. So somebody encouraged me. So I did it. I accepted. Initially, I told the lady that, no, I have to pray. I don't know if I want to do this. And then I later on went to her and said, I'm convinced now I want to do it.
Wow.
And I was grateful that I did, because sometimes we don't think that some things are necessary. I begin to think about my grandkids, my children, my grandkids. We are leaving a legacy. Even though at that very time we are thinking it's not important. That's what I thought. But when I did it, after I did, I begin to see that my grandchildren, I'm leaving a legacy for the future, for them to know that it works. Because we all know what relationship is all about. Marriage relationships, it's like, people don't regard marriage like it used to be. So you begin to have this honor, begin to tell us that, let our children understand that it works. If it works for their grandparents or their parents, it will work for them too.
Yes.
So I begin to see, after I did it, I begin to see the value of doing it.
But it's huge in the sense that it's like the White House Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. So, that was a huge honor, for both of you inducted, matriarchs and patriarchs. How do you plan on using that platform to, embrace change within your community or to impact the lives of many? How do you plan to, using that platform for that course?
Yeah. Initially, when this thing came up, personally, when I heard it, I said, what have I done? I'm with that kind of mindset that, if I don't know what I did, I don't want to receive anything. It's like I'm lying. I've not been to White House, why this? Then I came to understand that you don't know who is watching you in life. You don't know who is watching you. So I think it came up with the idea that some people are really watching what you're doing. That is why live your life in such a way that it's right all the time. You don't know who is cameraing you, or you don't know who is watching over you, who is taking the record of what you're doing.
Absolutely.
So when I came to that understanding, I said, okay, if it is from the White House, all the way from the White House, why not? Why
Absolutely.
not? I'll take it.
I know.
Somebody must have seen what my lifestyle
Absolutely.
is making impact.
Absolutely.
So if the White House is going to recognize that, hey, come on, bring it on.
Absolutely. And so the significance of being recognized as a patriarch and matriarch power couple, what would you think about? What would you think? That's significance of being recognized as that.
Yeah, it's very important. When I looked at it and think about it, I see that it's important because if husband and wife are living together, they're not happy, they're not making the impact, they're not experiencing what is expected of them,
Yes.
then it doesn't worth living. But if marriage, the way it should be, the way God organized it or designed it or initiated it,
Absolutely.
if you're living according to that, it's good for the couple, it's good for the world. Because if, what is actually important in any country, in any society, starts from the family.
Absolutely.
So if the family is not doing right, it's going to spread into the environment and at large, the whole nation. So if the family unit is working the way it should, so when we saw this recognition thing coming up, we felt that, well, it might be not just for us, it might be good for every other person to to see and to hear and to know about how important it is a family or husband and wife should be working together as a unit.
Yeah, being a power couple and how you're affecting, how you're inspiring others and other couples.
Yeah, I think when they say the power couple, I think they believe that there is power when two people in a unit or united together, working together, they will produce more. Like they say, two heads are better than one.
Absolutely.
So when your family is in that solid relationship, concise and meaningful to one another, the impact is actually making a progress in that marriage itself, in that family itself, and it's going to rub off on people that you are connected to as a family.
Thank you so very much for that response. Now, go ahead, please,
Yeah.
Dr. Beatrice.
Even back home from Nigeria, a couple, and no, he wasn't even married. A young man came to my family, came to visit, and then he said, later on, I heard he said he would like his marriage to be like me and my husband.
That's beautiful.
And when we, our church member, son, the man and the women, they are in the process of divorce. And then he called his dad. He said, why can't our family be like the Ezonnaebi's family? And the father said, I'm working on it.
Wow.
Unfortunately, it did not work out that way, but the father said, so say I'm working on it. The question from the young man, you will know, like my husband said, you don't even know who is worshiping. This is a young boy.
And he's thinking that
He's
way
thinking,
towards his
he said, why can't our family be like my son, Justice?
Yes.
Justice parents' family. Why can't our family be like that? And the father said, I'm working on it.
Okay.
So that's just how, the significance is how it's affecting other people.
Yes.
Even not, you don't even do it consciously, you are just living.
Yes.
And that living is affecting other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
you're living, but you're living in line, aligning yourself with the Word of God, the ways of God, and modeling a good image towards marriage, so others can see and benefit from that and bring that change within their lives and their families.
That's right.
And
That's
thank you so much for that. Now, you obtained your doctoral degree. Tell us a little bit about that journey. What really motivated you to go, aim that high? Your journey, Jesus. When you got your doctoral degree, and that was it. It's a great achievement. It's a great honor, So, just what school, what institution was that, and what was your doctoral in?
Yeah, the journey was a very long one.
Yes.
Started from GED. When I came to America, I came with my elementary school from Nigeria.
All right.
And I had a strong desire to be educated.
Absolutely.
And with 5 kids and husband and church.
And you did it. You pushed forward. You
I
forged
started
ahead.
with GED.
Okay.
And I went to the South Cobb, they have adult education in South Cobb.
Oh, you attended that.
I attended that school for some time. I was even a newspaper, even came there to take some pictures of me when I just came. And when I finished there, I went to Chadawuchi Tech to do my associate degree in computer, applied computer networking. I did networking, and then I finished from there. I got other little certification. It's like you never.
It's never enough. Education is it's calling you forth, and then you move forward.
I finished from there. I went to Kennesaw State University.
Wow.
Got my bachelor.
Absolutely.
And I finished from Kennesaw. Actually, to be frank, I thought after my first degree I would be done.
Wow.
But there is something inside of me still saying you are not done. I thought,
it was going to enter, but you moved further.
No, but something inside of me. So I went back to get my master's in theology in a Columbia Theological Seminary.
Oh, that's
in
awesome.
Decatur.
In Decatur.
Yes, and after that, I went to Ora Robert University.
Wow.
And I earned my doctorate. and pastoral care and counseling.
Oh, that's beautiful. Wonderful.
Before the graduation, during that, between my first year and my finishing year, I was diagnosed with leukemia.
Wow.
Yeah, and if not for God, I would not be here speaking, because other people that went through that journey with me while I was there in the hospital, they didn't make it. At least 2 people I know that were speaking the same dialect with me, and we talked together. How you doing? How you doing? They didn't make it. So it's just the mercy of God that just His really mercy that I came out, and I'm grateful. So when I came out, a friend of mine said,
how many years ago?
13 years.
13 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
So a friend of mine said, do you want to continue? School is stressful with all you went through. I said, no, if I'm not done, I'm not done.
Wow.
I have to finish.
Yeah, and then you went back.
I went back.
Your doctoral degree. You obtained a doctoral degree.
Yes.
Cancer won't stop this
Cancer
lady.
wouldn't stop me, right there. Cancer would not stop me. That's really awesome. Cancer wouldn't stop me. But that healing journey of leukemia, Pastor Ezonnaebi, just tell us, while she was going through that process, what other challenges did you face? Being, yes, she underwent the,
Yeah. So honestly, that moment, that period was such an experience that I would say it was God's grace, because what the doctor told us when she was first diagnosed with this problem, the implications and the complications and what it is and all that, they said this type is the type that even after you think you're healed, it can boomerang, it can come back again. So we're just going to try. But there was that peace in mind. We were not even thinking that she was going to die. We were just thinking that, she's going to come out of it. That confidence was in us. So we were not thinking of where you're going to be buried, how you going. We were not talking anything of that nature. Wow. All we were thinking of was how you can get well and then,
come back.
Forge
ahead, get your doctorate.
Yeah.
And still looking beautiful as this.
Yeah. So we took it, the challenges were not that much of stressful, so to say, but it was time consuming. It was affecting our work. I'll go to work, sometimes we sleep in the hospital and all that, but the challenges were there, but was not to that extent where we were like, hey, life is over.
Exactly.
It was not that stressful, let me put it that way. It was though, but especially for her, it was really tough.
Yes.
But when you see her going through all that, you too, you will feel, even though you are not the one going under the thing, because of the relationship or because of the connection, whatever she is feeling, you are also sharing of that.
Yes.
So
just that support factor, which is really imperative. I think that also helped with your healing journey.
Yes, my children were very helpful. My first son left where he was living, Arizona, from another state.
Tucson.
Put his thing on storage. All his load on storage, and came here to be with me for months.
Wow, that's
my first daughter too. It's like God knew this will happen. It's like He just put everything together.
Orchestrated it in such a way.
Wow.
My daughter just gave birth, and her mother-in-law was here.
Wow, that's
so she was taking care of
the baby,
and so my daughter was focusing on me, and my goddaughter, Jenny. Oh my God! That day that there was ice in Georgia?
In Georgia, yes. She still pulled through the eyes.
She pulled through the eyes. I'm telling you, that was hilarious. It was like, Jenny, I never knew you have this strength in you. Wow. She was just going through every little road she know. We got home around 7 in the evening when we left the hospital, maybe in the afternoon, but we got home late in the afternoon. So she was there. I had people that were really supporting. I had my son-in-law. I mean, it's just so. Awesome. My son-in-law, Femi, he just came from Venezuela. Wow. So he was, doing this computer
Oracle database.
Oracle database. So he hasn't started work. So he was cooking for me.
Awesome. They need to. They need to.
Everything was just like planned.
Absolutely.
Planned and
your
orchestrated.
Son, Maxwell, your daughter.
Yes.
And your other son is
Yes.
Ruth, and then you know, we
I
had
was living with
Justice.
them because Daddy had to go to work.
Yes.
And Femi was the only one at home. Priscilla was working there
Right.
too.
Well.
So Femi
Yeah.
was cooking.
Oh, that's
Femi was
awesome.
washing the clothes.
That's good.
I
That's
mean,
great.
God
and then
just-
Ruth was running. He orchestrated everybody.
Everybody.
Yes. And your, you know, of course, you did make mention that your daughter's mother-in-law was also there. So I
Yes.
guess her husband, what's his name again? Remy.
Remy,
Okay,
yes,
yeah. I have the
yes.
listing of everyone here. So yeah, so his mom also was here. That's really a great thing. I know it's really intentional. It's really important for family to come together,
Oh,
especially
yeah.
during that time, which, you know, I know I served with the hope level. It was on a scaly, you know, but I
Yeah.
also wanted to give you that strength. because
Yes.
You were the main person that was fighting.
Yes.
The pain, the medication. I mean, we could
Oh,
see from the
yes.
pictures and everything at the time. And I believe the hospital employees, the staff members, they were very sweet and very...
On my birthday, we had really good birthday.
Okay.
I was dancing on, you won't even believe it.
Oh,
I was
the hospital
dancing.
bed?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was dancing.
Wow,
They
that's
bought,
awesome.
even the hospital, the
Okay.
staff, they bought cake.
Wow, they brought you a cake.
Yeah,
That's great.
they bought me a cake.
Okay.
We had our own cake. A few of the family friends,
Yeah.
my children, and you know.
But with
a
your
couple of-
care, what hospital was that precisely?
Northside
North
Hospital.
Northside Hospital. So you got your
Yes,
care from
yes.
Northside Hospital.
It's a good
And then
hospital.
I got my
Awesome.
transplant. My daughter was the one that they used to do the transplant. My first daughter. You know,
Ruth?
yeah.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow,
because they
that's
wanted us to say, "Oh, your relatives," and I said, "I don't have any relative here.
Wow.
No brother, no sister here. All I have is
Wow,
my
that's-
kids."
that's
So they
awesome.
try
That's
all of them. They test all of them. They use
Your
Ruth.
daughter Ruth.
Yeah,
Okay. That's
she
a
was the one
blessing,
that
I
did
know.
the transplant.
The family.
And you know what?
Yes.
They said that they said for my lifetime I'll be seeing oncology, right?
Yes.
So I went, after 2 or 3 years, I went to see this oncology. She said, "You are a miracle."
Wow.
Say you have, because it's my daughter, it's not family.
It's a
match.
50%
It's
match.
50% match.
Oh.
So she said you did 50% match and you are still LD like this, nothing is wrong. She said, "No, what is wrong?" I said, "Nothing is wrong, I'm fine. It's just routine checkup. They said every year I have to come." She said, "You are a living miracle." Guess what she told me? Don't come again.
Well, don't come again.
So
Simply.
don't come, don't see oncology again.
Oh.
No, I stopped.
And that was it.
That was it.
Well, that was God.
That was God.
That was
She
God.
said you are a miracle.
But throughout this journey, because I know in the community, a lot of people, based on that feedback that we were receiving from, especially those that have locked in, but feedback that was coming, a lot of people were also standing in the gap, praying, coming to visit you, visit the family.
Yeah.
So that support system helped you to
Oh,
be strong,
yes, yes.
and also putting that smile on your on your face, and
Yes.
just coming through
Yes.
as a
Yes.
survivor.
God
because
is
we know,
faithful.
God is really faithful.
Yes.
Because
Yeah. During that time, you brought this point, I want to say it too, that, when someone is actually in the hospital, visiting them is very important. It
Yes.
gives them that kind of hope, that kind of strength, that kind of energy, that they're not
seems-
alone. It helps. So,
But behind the scenes, yes, you had the peace
Oh,
within
yeah.
you, but somehow, sometimes you felt
Oh,
that
yeah.
you felt like
Yeah.
you wish you could be in her shoes
Yeah.
to take that pain, to take that.
yeah, when you
know,
go
the
home,
bullets, when you go home,
where
feel-
you have vacant, our room is vacant,
It's vacant,
the
and,
bed,
you know,
you used to be
the
two
silence
now,
and,
nobody's to cook for me no more at that time.
To serve him. African man.
She's very good at doing that. Daddy, what do you want to eat? Those times, nobody was asking me that.
Yeah. But we thank God that you were able to
Yes,
do that. That's
yes,
really
so God is
amazing.
good.
That's
God is
amazing.
faithful.
Amazing. Now, tell me about, I hear, Chat with Mama B.
Hey.
So that is, I believe that's your talk show.
Yes.
And also part of like community service, giving back to the
Yes.
community.
Yes.
So what's the theme about? The theme of Chat Mama B. How did that come about? How
like-
do you leave your audience empowered?
Yes.
And entertained.
Yes, when I was doing my undergrad with
Yes.
that Mama B show,
Yes.
I was in a classroom, and then it happens that they were talking about poverty in America.
Yes.
And me being an African woman came from, humble beginning. I was doing with family, children, husband, church. I was doing my undergrad.
Yes.
So I began to, after the class, I don't want to embarrass anybody, so I went after the class to meet my instructor. I said, see, I don't understand why you all are talking about poverty in America. You have all these opportunities. We came from outside there. And here we are doing something to better ourselves.
Yes.
And if people are in America, why are they telling us about about poverty in America when you have all these opportunities? So that was when she asked me one question, and that brought about everything I'm doing now. She said, how was your relationship with your parents? I said, I had a good relationship with my parents. She said, most of these people you see here that we are talking about, poverty, does not have that good relationship with their parents. Some of them are in jail. That was when I said, oh my God. So I started with parenting. Okay, I started with parenting when I started this talk show. I started with parenting, say, oh, good parenting will bring up good children.
Yes.
Okay. When I started, at a point in time, I began to say, it's not, first of all, about the children. It's about the couple. How are you living? How are you loving each other? How are we showing the examples to our children? So I transit from parenting to marriage. If the marriage is not working, it will somehow, because I believe that parents, we are the key to the success of our children. That's my belief.
Absolutely.
So if the parents, if it's not working well with the parents, it will affect the children. So that's how I started Chat with Mama B.
Okay.
And by the special grace of God, it has been going well. I get encouragement.
Awesome.
Even yesterday, somebody called, was it yesterday or 2 days ago, somebody coming from Nigeria.
Wow.
Say your consistency, say keep doing what you are doing. And this is not somebody who I talk to all the time. And they say that consistency still is helping, say, because marriages is like, people don't value marriage like they used to. So I believe that the significance of it is that it's touching people.
Yes.
Some people I know, some I don't even know. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook,
Okay.
Instagram,
Different social media platforms.
social media, yeah.
Okay,
So
great.
I'm so sure that it's impacting somebody. And also another testimony I got, a pastor friend of ours, she sent it to their family platform. Our families get platform, and she said her sister-in-law put there after, she said people should go, and she was encouraging people to watch one of our videos.
Yes.
That video is very rich. Go and watch. So all that encourages me.
Yes.
So even when I look at the views, I say not a lot of people are watching it or things like that. But you begin to see one or two person talk something about it. You know that it's working.
Absolutely.
You may not know.
Just keep it in.
Just keep
Just
it.
the consistency.
Consistency.
Yes. If we're touching one life.
One life, yeah.
Anything
So I know
will
it's
change.
touching lives.
Okay.
I know
awesome.
it's,
Chat with
so.
Mama B. So you all go and check it out. You need to check on Chat with Mama B.
I tell people, please, when you please forward it to other people.
Absolutely.
I
mean, they'll share and share.
Yes,
and
share it, forward to other people.
Platforms and everything.
Subscribe, like, all that.
That's awesome. So that's awesome.
And I want to say that we do it the last Saturday of every month.
Yes. Okay.
Last Saturday of each month.
A live broadcast.
Live broadcast.
Okay.
Live Saturday, and it's from 2 o'clock to 3, just 1 hour. But
right,
sometimes
so
because of questions, we go beyond 3 o'clock.
So this is actually from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, Eastern Standard Time.
Which converts to 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. West
Nigeria.
African time.
Yeah, West African
great.
time.
Not a problem. Okay, that's great.
So she ran away.
I'm trying my level best to really understand, because there's a psych towards that. I mean, no, for real. Let's think about the pain. Think about the challenges. So if you are in a family with the children, and then one of the, like the parent, mostly, well, I would say the man is beating up the wife, and the kids are observing that, what do you think is going to be the ripple effect? What do you think they would think about, you know? Because that's something that would dawn on them and that would haunt them for a long time.
You know the worst part of it, the bad part, some of them will grow up to do the same thing.
So, like she said, if you keep doing that in the house, the kids will think that that's a normal life.
It's normal.
So they will pick it up and then go their own way, and then when something happens, then they'll start doing, oh, this is what my dad. I remember my son, Justice, was telling me that
no, he told me, Daddy.
yeah.
He told me. I was telling my son, my baby, I say, make sure you do not touch your wife when you get married. Don't beat her. Then he said, sure, I see Papa beat you all the time. So it was sarcastic.
It was actually being
yeah.